unknown and undiscovered planet. And I discovered it.
Way back when I was just a young little panda, I was in a local video store and I came across a VHS cover for a sci-fi comedy called Spaceship. Seriously, this is the cover. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang this crap on my wall between Star Wars and Blade Runner.
This could change the face of history.
You don't understand, Doctor. This thing wants to eat the face of history.
Writer, director, and actor Bruce Kimmel came up with the idea of a spoof of Alien, which had been released the previous year. Visually, however, Kimmel's vision traded the grimy, used future of Ridley Scott's film for an aesthetic more reminiscent of 1950s B-movies. And I don't think it's aimed specifically at kids, but it is full of the kind of jokes that little kids find funny.
I feel like a new man. There are many wonderful advantages to my new body. The only problem is I have to take a leak, and I don't know where my pee-pee is.
While the version that I rolled my eyes at was called Spaceship, it's also been released under the title Naked Space, and was originally titled The Creature Wasn't Nice, because nothing fills an audience with confidence like literally pasting a different title over the previous one, so they did it twice.
Look at this, great, huh?
Do you mind trying to steer?
Steer? This is a multi-billion-dollar spacecraft, Coach, not a car.
The story is set on the starship Vertigo, and oh, come on, that's not even the toy on the box.
Based on Dr. Stark's rather unusual information, we are going to land on that new planet, and we're going to take pictures and collect samples and bring them back to Earth.
The first thing you might notice about this movie, apart from the appallingly fifth-grade sets, is that the cast is too talented to be in this. You have Leslie Nielsen practically reprising his role as the captain from Forbidden Planet.
Now, attention! This may have been a ruse to divert us from some other part of the perimeter. You men will continue watching on your own immediate fronts. I give the orders around here. Now, I say we go down there.
Cindy Williams plays the ship's counselor and constant sexual harassment victim because that's funny, right?
I am not a piece of tail.
Yes, you are.
I am not a sexy whiz-bang.
Yes, you
nor
are.
am I any of those other names you so love to call me behind my back.
Oh, you heard about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Former Avenger Patrick McNee gets the "and" before his name, and he plays Dr. Stark, who for some reason is the only scientist on this ship.
I think you're it, Doc.
And finally, there's character actor Garrett Graham, who always plays the asshole in every movie he's in, so guess what? He plays the asshole in this one too.
No shit, Sherlock.
Most of the cast were already friends with Kimmel and presumably each other, because anytime they're together in a wide shot, they're jammed together into a huddle like this. And speaking of wide shots, holy crap, this movie is almost entirely shot in them.
Stark was right originally.
I mean, by putting it into the camera.
Why? Was the camera guy's wife murdered in a close-up and he has to shoot only wide shots until she's avenged?
You're an asshole.
Our intrepid crew of pointless people lands on an undiscovered planet, where the ship's cook John, played by Kimmel himself, makes a curious discovery.
Living, breathing organism. And I discovered it. They'll have to call it the Stark organism.
Just a moment, Doctor. It was John who did discover the organism. I think we should give credit where credit is due.
Credit? What are you going to call it? The John organism? It's mine.
Well, that scene ended abruptly. Following their return to the Vertigo, Dr. Stark keeps the organism under observation, while the rest of the crew continues to waste the audience's time. And this is not me being critical here. They literally waste the audience's time.
Tonight is talent night.
3 people in the audience.
This is the filler portion of the film, as they needed to pad the bare-bones plot to make that 75-minute feature runtime. Mostly it consists of the kind of stuff you'd see on a Tim and Eric show.
Place your synthetic turkey and stuffing into the microwave oven and let it cook for 5 seconds. Ah, there you have it. Synthetic turkey with stuffing.
As well as repurposed footage from much better movies like This Island Earth and Godzilla vs. whatever this thing is.
This morning, a giant gorilla attacked downtown Philly.
We will continue our war against Philadelphia until we have established an independent Martian state.
Eventually, Dr. Stark confirms that the crew now has a new problem.
The organism seems to be growing.
The organism has escaped and is roaming the ship, which forces the crew into action.
Do you think...
Stop it!
Which brings us to the one moment in this movie that's actually kinda scary. Seriously, I'll admit that this part actually creeped me out when I was a kid.
I'm just kidding.
But then they have to show us the rest of it. What is that?
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It's ugly. Absolutely ugly.
No, seriously, what is that? I feel like this is what the cast of Futurama would look like if you put them all in a giant blender. Okay, maybe I'm being a little harsh. I mean, this thing isn't as scary as the Xenomorph, but hey, it's a comedy. I mean, it's not like the thing starts singing and dancing.
I want to eat your face. It could just be so yummy.
Right.
This creature means no harm.
Oh!
It's playing. Just having fun. It's joking.
And now the film starts its really, really small body count.
It appears to have eaten Dr. Stark.
Help us, we're being PG'd to death. Now the best thing about this whole travesty is Patrick McNee.
I'm perfectly relaxed. Science relaxes me.
Would you care for some pie before you?
Science is my pie.
He's having a whole lot of fun with this goofy material, which is more than can be said for Leslie Nielsen. Interestingly, Mark Hamill was cast in the film at one point, but dropped out fearing George Lucas would see the film as a conflict of interest. All of these actors went on to do less wasteful things with their lives, and Bruce Kimmel went on to write more than a dozen books, as well as his own Wikipedia page. For further research, I picked up a copy of his memoir, There's Mel, There's Woody, and There's You, My Life in the Slow Lane. Apparently, Kimmel's original version only got so-so reviews, so the producers re-edited the movie and brightened the picture by 5 stops, taking out all the darkness and shadows and with it the creepy atmosphere. Kimmel writes, "This movie called Spaceship was a completely different creature than The Creature Wasn't Nice. Yes, my version was not everything it should have been, but it had several huge laughs and lots of smaller laughs. The new version was just a slapdash attempt to turn the movie into something it wasn't." In 1999, the film was eventually released on DVD under the title Naked Space, with Leslie Nielsen now taking up most of the box art. But you can also find it on YouTube for free, thus sparing you the inevitable buyer's remorse. I suppose it's not the worst thing ever, and there's a certain, hey, let's put on a show quality to it that's kind of endearing. It's just 75 minutes of cheap, dumb humor. So if you want to get blazed up and laugh at stuff that's only marginally funny, then yeah, go for it.
Bang.